Hello, hi, good day to you. Welcome to Niger Watch. How are you doing? Whew, it's good to be here again. How you doing? Welcome to our newspaper review on Niger Watch. My name is Ima and I am your host. I am reporting live from Lagos, Nigeria. Yes, reporting live from Lagos, Nigeria. You guys know that the NLC solidarity protest is ongoing in Lagos as we speak. Uh, I'll get reports on other places where it is happening. I'm not sure of other places aside from Lagos where it is happening. So if it's happening in your hometown, your city, please let me know. Do say something in the comment section. Talking about the comment section, yes. Good morning, Mr. Edolite. How you doing, Mr. Edolite? It's good to have you here today. Good morning to you, Osagbovo. Good morning to you, Osagbovo. How you doing? Good morning to you, Mark Irabo. How you doing? Thank you. Welcome to today's broadcast. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Clarence Bales. Good morning to you. My name is. This is not Kachi. This is Ima. Yes, this is Ima. This is not Kachi. But welcome to the broadcast. How you doing? Mommy Diaspora, good morning to you, Mama Dearest. How are you doing? It's good to have each and every one of you back here. And I'd like to say I come bearing good news with today's headlines. Is say good morning to you. Good morning to you. Yes, from Lagos. Good morning here in Lagos. So he say, how are you doing? Thank you for joining today's broadcast. Okay, please just a minute. You have the link in the comment section. Okay, guys, in the comment section, you have the link. You're welcome, Clarence. It's all right. You have the link if you'd like to join. Please do the needful. Good morning to those watching live. How are you doing? Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for turning on your notification. Being here, guys. Please let's begin this. Let's be very obedient this morning. Let's begin by liking the broadcast. Please like this broadcast, share this broadcast, invite someone to this broadcast. Yes, guys. Please let's do the needful. And also, let's familiarize ourselves with using the dollar sign to your right in the comment section. Let's familiarize ourselves with using that one. All right, then. Good morning, Mr. Israel. Okay. Good morning, Mommy Diaspora. Good to have you here, Mommy. How are you doing today? Yes. Mr. Essie, good morning. How are you doing, sir?
Yeah,
This
it's
is
good afternoon from here.
this is yes, I
How are
remember you. I
you?
remember you. I will thank you. It's good to have you here today again. Thank you for
Thank
joining
you.
in. How you
Thank
doing?
you. I'm good. Thank you.
All
Loving
right.
your show.
All right, ma'am. I'll get back to you. Let's begin for today. Mr. Israel, I am fine, thank you, and I am waiting for you, Mr. Kennedy. I have been waiting for you. Mr. Kennedy, good morning, good evening to you, Mr. Kennedy. How are you doing, Mr. Kennedy? Thank you for joining today's broadcast. Okay, our first paper for today is Punch. NLC Solidarity Rally holds today. Police warn hoodlums. Police NSCDC personnel to be deployed in critical infrastructure. Lagos Union directs electricity, aviation workers to join rallies. No going back on protest. Mega rally holds in Abuja Wednesday. That's from NLC. Wealthy Nigerians smuggling jet A1 to neighboring countries, and that's from the Senate. FG gets 16 billion naira tax credit for Lagos Badagry Expressway. Wike Atiku has heeded my advice, says Otom. 75% of houses in Nigeria are substandard. And that's from Osibanjo, the VP. FG shuts oil firm, alleges illegal offshore operations. Foreign education gulped $378 million in 5 months. I'll take that again. Foreign education gulped $378 million in 5 months, and that's from CBN. Terrorists free three Kaduna train passengers. Protest continues. Minimum wage. Kwara institution workers sign agreements. Okay. 4 men sentenced to death for killing chief. Lagos declares 4 work-free days for PVC collection. Terrorists injure soldiers in Abuja. Government shuts school. Hypertensive man. Nigerians outraged. Police go after last man men. Tinubu Amechi's allies disagree over vote buying allegations. Let's take the stories one after the other. The hypertensive man from yesterday. Um, the story we took about the hypertensive man and the last man officials. Police have now, it has now become a police case, and I mean, let's hope that justice is going to prevail, because it looks like uniformed men are being protected from the law. The terrorists injure soldiers in Abuja. Guys, they are at it again. Just barely 24 hours after a threat was issued, um, the some military men who are said to be the president's brigade guard brigade were attacked, but they repelled the whole operation. We had about three military men got injured in the course of the whole operation, but they say none got killed. They retreated and all of that. So yes, yesterday we talked about this. It was just a huge concern, and some of my panelists got really, really emotional and threw caution to the wind. Yesterday after the whole broadcast, much later in the evening, I had time to think about everything, and it's a strong reason for someone to go for someone to get really, really emotional, because the things that are happening on here, they are it's unbelievable that things like that are happening. Okay, the NLC stood their ground. It's good to see that people are waking up, and they're not. I just hope that they're not going to say they are demanding their own thing and they're just using the strike as an excuse. But if they are joining this in good faith, then it's good that we're all waking up to doing this. And as for the 3 people that were freed yesterday, good news coming out. So yeah, that's why I say I think I bring you good news this morning, guys. The federal government, seem to be doing something about it, and the PDP, Otomo has come out to say Wiki has heeded, Atiku has heeded his advice, and his advice was, has always been that Atiku should not send boys because Wiki is not a small boy. He should go himself and do the needful, and it looks like the presidential candidate for the PDP has taken the back door to go and see Wike without allowing the media get wind of it. All right. Um, Okay, we talked about the yes, then the wealthy Nigerians. Okay, the lawmaker representing Kogi West Senatorial District and the chairman of the Senate Aviation Committee, Senator Smart Adeyemi, has said that wealthy Nigerians stealing and exporting the Jet A1 are responsible for the scarcity of aviation fuel in the country. If this information is coming from Senator Smart Adeyemi, that means he knows the people involved. Why are you coming out to say why has law not taken its course on them? Why are they being allowed to even take it out of the country? Adeyemi, who spoke to the point, said that this situation had added to the problem of lack of refineries that the country had been battling with. He further lamented that the situation had been worsened by the increase in the number of Nigerians who could no longer travel by road due to the insecurity issues. Ah, guys, do we continue to blame government for things like this? How do we continue to blame government? Just look at this, and the attack that ensued between the military men and this terrorist group was what raised alarm. If you saw the news of the community school, the Unity School, FGGC, I think, um, parents were told to go get their words from the school because of the security threat, and they're working with intelligence. They're rising up to occasion now. Yeah, it's almost like, it's safe to say good morning to Nigeria. They're working with intelligence. That's good to know. So it is said that they got wind of an intended operation that is to happen on Monday at the school, uh and they swung into action. Guys, I don't know what's happening, but good things are happening in the country, I tell you. All right, we'll move to the next paper. We have Tribune. Terrorists cause panic in Abuja. Injure three guards brigade soldiers. FG shuts school. Finance Minister, governors meet to deliberate on economy today. World Bank representatives expected. Okay. Lagos APC peace meeting disrupted, rescheduled. Lagos APC peace meeting disrupted. NLC begins pro-ASUU protest today. How Ijebu Ode-born Amusan became world record holder. Buhari governors order celebrator. I hope we will truly, truly celebrate this one that we have, and should be treated like the hero. Should be given the heroic welcome that she deserves, because Gail has done us so much good. Presidency has admitted Buhari's failure. That's from PDP. Says 18,000 killed between 2020 and 2022. Calls for urgent Council of State meeting on security. Should we also say good morning to PDP? Policeman killed as gunmen attack police station in Ondo. Policeman killed as gunmen attack police station in Ondo. Okay. Madam Essie, please unmute your mic. Let's talk about this. I want to get your reaction from this, from all of this so far. Madam Essie. Okay, move to Mr. Machiavelli. Mr. Machiavelli, good morning to you, Mr. Machiavelli. How you doing?
Good morning, Miss Ima, and thank you for having me on today's show. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all Nigerians and across the globe, and also to all well-meaning concerned citizens who are also listening to us, and also to the comment section. And I must give kudos to Mommy Diaspora, the mother of all. Thank you for being there for us on Niger Watch. Thank you so much.
All right, Mr. Machiavelli. If you've been following the news, what's your submission? Today we have in the news. Okay, let's talk about the NLC. Yesterday, I shared here that they are insisting on going on the strike nonetheless. And I was asking, are we ready? Because when NLC goes on strike, everywhere shuts down. They are calling on the banks, on the aviation industry, to join in the strike. Do you think as a people we are ready to give that sacrifice?
Well, thank you for that great question. First of all, I must say this. I want to go to the lady who just won the the gold medal, and sorry, the world record holder for in athletics for Nigeria. I must have to give kudos to her, Mrs. Toby Amusan. He has been a very good sprinter, and she has done well for Nigeria. And I must say congratulations to her, and also to, carrying the nations um, on her shoulder at this great moment in time. And I must say one thing that yesterday I reiterated again, that Nigerian, the sports minister, they should be watching these things, because this was not this is not the first time. And during the Atlanta, I remembered someone like Choma Ajunwa, who won the first gold for Nigeria, was not being celebrated. So we should learn from our mistakes. We start encouraging our athletes, and these are especially our children who has this great talent, to encourage them to continue, carrying the nations high. And this is one of the things that is going to be wrong if they don't do things like that, because people like Choma Ajunwa, who now naturalized as a Spanish citizen and is, running for the Spanish team. And we have Francis Obikwelu, who also naturalized from Nigeria to become a Portuguese. So it's very, very concerning for us if we are losing star athletes and even intelligent and, people who are supposed to carry the nation forward. So I give kudos to her for carrying that flag, and to also for Nigerians, if they are listening to us, to please do the needful to always encourage her and encourage the ones that are upcoming. In that, I have to go to the NLC, to your question. You said, you asked the question if Nigerians are ready. Yes, we are ready, because like I always reiterate on this channel, when injustice becomes a law, resistance becomes a duty. Now we have learned our lessons. Our eyes are open that the government are not really ready to give us what the change is, what we, the employers, employ them to do for us. So if I employ you and you are not serving, you are not giving me what I employed you for, it is my time to tell you to go. This is what Nigerians are doing. I think Nigerians are ready now. This is why yesterday I got into a heated debate with someone. Why should we engage these people with violence? They will see evidence in attacking us, on killing you, and telling you you are the problem. Rather, you are supposed to be the people that they are supposed to give the solution, but they are seeing you as a problem. So you can see that the NLC, go on.
Have you ever encountered an NLC strike before in Nigeria? Have you been home during an
Yeah,
NLC strike in Nigeria?
I wasn't born today. I knew my days back
No,
in
I,
school.
I I just wanted to be sure that you have an idea of when I say everywhere is on shutdown. If we have an
Yes,
idea,
of
I just
course.
wanted. Okay, so I just needed you to answer me from that place, because it's different for you to analyze something and for you to be in it.
Yes, I was
Okay.
like I told you, I'm a Nigerian first. I was born and raised in Nigeria. I understand what I'm saying. I went through this whole thing when the likes of Adam Toshomole, who is the former governor of Edo State, was a labor leader. At that time, there were loads of strikes, loads of these ASUU strikes. They were shut down in the nations. There were negotiations going on. It was even tougher. But I want it tougher to this, because this is where the Nigerians are going to rise up. Because one thing we have to understand is, I've been there. I see the pain. I went through that thing. I think on this channel, someone told you how I went to my primary school. Someone from my primary school days remembered me and called on the station and told the whole wide world where I went to my primary school, how I went to the school, why I went to my primary school. I can still remember vividly. This is why you see me, my eyes run down with tears, because I can imagine the suffering I went through. And I'm still fighting for the dividends of democracy to be given back to the people. The people has the choice. They are the employers. They employ you to go and do something. You should give them what they ask you to do. So what they are doing now, I fully support it. But one thing I must tell anyone who goes to the protest, please do not destroy anything. Be careful, make a peaceful protest because this is your right. They cannot suppress you because it's written in the Constitution. You have the right to protest. And if they tell you that they're going to court, you have the right to tell them it's on the Constitution. It is your constitutional right to protest. Please protest peacefully and do not damage the government buildings or hijack it. This is where they are going to, you see, when they are issuing hoodlums, because this is how the government are going to portray you. Because when they start sending hoodlums in there and you behave like them, that is when they start, attacking you, saying you are the problem. You should protest. Tell them why you're protesting. It is your right to protest. This is what I urge them. And they should continue, because Labour cannot continue a protest, because back then we make protests for 3 days and we're tired. I have seen protests that last for a month. I've seen protests in countries like in Myanmar. In Myanmar today, you can see the protests going from one day to the other. You need to show a protest. What is a protest? Protest is a way of citizens putting in what they have to drive home their demands. And this is what the protest is all about. And this is why the Labour, they should be ready for this kind of protest. And they should not be saying protest should be done in one day. Protests are used to drive home your demand by asking the government, this is what I want you to do. And this is why someone like me, who actually want peace and tranquility and to give back the dividend to democracy to the people, this kind of protest is very, very much, welcome, because the country where we have today is very, very much concerning. You can imagine a capital city of the world is being threatened by terrorists. That shows that we have, the government has failed us in every ramification. Security-wise, zero. How can you be threatening a capital city? That means if they can take the capital city, that country is gone. It's a slap to the Nigerian government. And our security apparatus, what are we doing ever since you have been hearing this kind of security threat? Where is our defense minister? Why is he not talking? What is the security apparatus like? Where is our arsenal? We went to Liberia, we conquered. We went to Sierra Leone, we conquered. On all our veterans are seen on the street. No one take care of them. In all countries around the globe, veterans are celebrated. My uncle was a police officer. He died. He died while on his course, and I feel pain. 6 years ago, it was a tragedy for me, because this is somebody I owe there. If I was not supposed to be in somewhere I am today, maybe I would have been serving the Nigerian in the police force now. That was in my dream, because seeing my uncle serving his country, but he died while he was on duty. But yet his family are lavishing in poverty. And nobody celebrating. This is somebody who gave his life with 27 years for the Nigerian state. But yet his children or his family has nothing to write home about. It's a shame. This is what we are trying to do, to put Nigeria in a place where it's supposed to be as a country, as a democratic state, whereby everybody will enjoy the dividends of democracy. That is what democracy is all about. It's not all about where you have this and nobody is talking. Look at when did this intelligence came? This intelligence came in 6 months ago. What did the Nigerian state do? What did the Nigerian state do? From El-Rufai, this was when the first one came, that they were going to be attacking different places of worship and also places of gathering. What did the Nigerian state do? Did they inform the citizen? Do they tell the citizen to take precaution? What were the security apparatus like? How is our arsenal prepared? What is our defense minister doing? These are the questions we are supposed to be asking people who are making laws. The two arms of government, the legislative and the Senate. What are they doing? You see, we have lost it all. Nigerians, this is why I urge you, please vote wise. Vote wise, because it's only one country we have. I am a Nigerian first. I am a Plutorian second. I think I'll leave that for my next panelist to talk about. Thank you very much.
All right, sir. Thank you for that. Madam Essie, I don't know if you're back. Do we have you now, Madam Essie? Okay, Madam Essie, when you're back, please say something in the private chat and you would have the floor. I'll be moving on to Mr. Chris George. Mr. Chris George, good morning to you, Mr. Chris George. How are you doing today?
I'm good. Good morning, honorable colleagues. Good morning, everyone. Can you hear me?
All right. Yes, Mr. Chris George. All right. Thank you for joining today's broadcast. You could make your submission.
Okay. I thank everyone first of all. I see Nigeria is bleeding, and we need to the person to rescue Nigeria. That's what I'm searching of now. Oh,
Mr. Chris George, are you here in Nigeria?
no, I'm not in Nigeria. I'm in Ecuador.
Okay, and secondly, have you ever experienced NLC strike here in Nigeria? Have you ever been home when NLC goes on strike?
Well, we still not at all because when I come on December, I go back. I go back every December or Easter.
Okay,
Back I go.
okay, so
But
NLC
I'm
started
still,
their strike already. NLC
yeah.
started their strike, and they're calling on every other department, from the banking, the aviation. Now, what that means is that the country is about to go on shutdown if the government don't see to ASUU's need, like immediately, as soon as today, people are going to be joining them. Now, do you think we are ready for that kind of commitment as a people? You just try to picture everything is on lockdown in Nigeria, and most of these people, their source of income comes in daily. So how many people can go and stock up their house for 1 month, for 2 months, depending on how far this strike goes?
Well, I appreciate the strike. I appreciate it because it's part of revolutionary change. NLC going to strike is a very good thing to tell the government because if we are not going to strike, government will not understand their feelings and emotional feelings, how the nation are run. So I appreciate them to protest, but what them to protest not to make violation. Here in Ecuador, the citizens, the nation locked down complete 2 weeks, no movement, nothing. The government intervene and hear whatever I said. But they are behave like Africans because whenever it's African protest, they deal with violation. The one person was shot dead by the officers and the government intervened. So you see, and then if they're going to strike, it's a good thing. I appreciate it. So everything will be function normally in Nigeria because now Nigeria is a state of breeding. Everyday killing, disastrous. It's like Nigeria and Afghanistan now. I don't know which one is better. Nigeria and Afghanistan, I don't know which one is better to live because, let me tell you one thing here in Ecuador. Like we now, we're meant to go come back on Christmas. And when you go to embassy, the embassy will ask you, don't you see what's happening in your country? Do you want to die? You will be ashamed. So I wish if they go to strike, everything that purpose will solve Nigerian issue. If the nation lock down and that will solve Nigerian issue, it's preferable. Look at how the bandits threaten the center and federal government closing the school. Can you imagine the weakness? Tell me, can you imagine? What is our security agency are doing? They have national security summit. What are they doing in that security aspect? I'm still wondering, is Nigeria going to last next 5 years as a nation? Are this bandit going to take over the government? Because it happened in Afghanistan when America started fighting a lot. Complete 20 years, America fighting in Afghanistan. Till Taliban take over the government. You can see what is happening in Afghanistan now. Tell me, these boys have morale to threaten a governor and a sitting president. And they also have a morale to attack a presidential convoy. That's how far these boys are equipped. And our security agencies keep quiet, including the school close. The government federal school closed in Abuja, in the center of the government, where the power rests, the ultimate power. It's like a school closing in Washington, D.C., which means the entire world will be in what? In danger. Because the power of the world resting in what? Washington, D.C. Now, the power
Mr.
of Nigeria
Mr.
resting
Mr.
in
Chris George, Mr. Chris George, the federal government has come out to say that these people are better equipped than the Nigerian military. So It is even better that they are not trying to waste more lives of,
Okay, okay,
of our military men.
okay. Wait. These person
But
are
it is indeed
better
a big shame.
equipped.
It is indeed a big shame. It is indeed a big shame. It is indeed a big shame.
Okay, my sister, wait. Let me say, the federal government are playing with the people's life. They're not serious. These people are not serious to secure us at all. What of all the jets they bought from American? The equipment, the Air Force, the Army Force, the DSS. Okay, I see what Sarene Omoki post. If the federal government can target Nnamdi from far away in Kenya, 5,000 kilometers away from Nigeria, but the one in your doorstep, you cannot target them, bring them to the security. Are we serious to secure this nation? Are we serious, or are they just playing politics with the people's life? Look at how every day Nigeria is dying. People are dying. They say they want to secure us. Say that they equipped. Tell me an individual that equipped more than the government. Do you know that after God is government? After God in this world, another set of people is government. And say that a set of group is more equipped, which means that they are richer than the government. Okay, now, let me ask you a question. Let us be intelligent, wise. These people from the northern parts, before our president closed border, there's immigration in the border, there's custom in the border. Where these people come from? If the government are not aware of these people, there's one thing Abacha stated. You see, if insurgency lasted 48 hours, no government has had the need. Government closed border, every border closed, and still these people still penetrate. They say they're from Niger, they're from Libya. I was seeing Samuel Rutom say that these fighters are from Afghanistan, but government closed border. Like what happened in our war? When the government said that these are from Libya, but government closed border. Are these people not playing politics with people's life?
Are the borders even more secure than NDA? If these terrorists would attack NDA, Nigerian Defense Academy, a whole
Okay.
Nigerian Defense Academy, do you know the security that is there?
See, what I will tell you that government knows all their operation, and government is giving them information.
I
Government
think
knows
you
all
see,
this operation of these people.
Mr. Chris
Yeah.
George, I think that one is it is almost like an obvious already. The thing is, what are we doing about it? We are always saying this, bringing our intellectuals together, trying to brainstorm on these things. But then again, we the people, what are we doing when we get to come up with these submissions? What's next? What do we
Okay.
do? There's
My
nothing we are
next
doing
position,
about it.
what I will offer Nigeria now, and what I will say that let us vote wisely and bring good people in, people that can work for us, not people that can vote buying. Can do vote buying that can give you money and you suffer for 10 years. Give you money, you suffer for 4 years. You see, the best thing to check the candidate who can lead us in a better place to live, in a standard place. And two, any candidate that we as an individual elected must do what? Decentralize that power in Abuja. Every state will take care of its security agencies, like what is happening in America. Every state will take what? Control of its security outfits. So we will know how this is going to be solved. And two, we were going to go back in a what? In a system called regional government. Every regional government will support central government with lesser percent. And this thing will solve one day. Because I can't understand how individually equipped, why Nigerian intelligence. I can remember, I still study Civil War, how the Civil War was fought. I study everything. And the government now, then Nigeria is not richer like this. But now Nigeria is richer. They have everything. The population is not like this. The intelligence is not like this. But there's many groups of academy, groups of professors in Nigerian defense intelligence. And they're telling us these people are more equipped, which means there's some foreign supporters for them. There's some foreigners supporting them, right? Like when America went to invade Iraq, America said that Iraq president are supporting Al Qaeda, which is Osama bin Laden group. America used that to confuse public and convince everyone and invaded Iraq for no reason. A country that is what? Not in part of Al Qaeda activities. So let government tell us. Let government tell us what they're exactly doing with the people's life, because they're playing politics with the people's life. Government has hand in this insurgency. And the best thing for us to do is to let a good people in what? In power. People that we are sure. And people we can question. Now, tell me who will
All
question
right.
Tinubu or Atiku? Who have the
All
God?
right, Mr. Chris George. I have to move on to some other person, please. All right, Mr. Charles, thank you. Good day. Welcome to today's broadcast. How are you, Mr. Charles?
I'm very well, Mrs. Emma. How are you today, too?
Mr. Charles,
Good, e- good
I'm
evening
I'm
from
well,
here.
thank you. I'm well, thank you. Oh, good evening, Mr. Charles. Good evening, Mr. Charles. Make your submission to the things happening.
Yeah,
Mr. Charles,
NLC.
let me also ask you. I'm sorry. Let me also ask you, as I've been asking others. Have you ever encountered an NLC's strike in Nigeria before?
Yeah, I think that should be when I was in secondary school, when Adams Oshomole was the leader of the group.
Was a leader.
Yeah, before he became a
Okay.
governor.
Okay. So you have an idea of what it takes when NLC goes on strike. They invite other people and the entire country goes on shutdown. Now, do you think we
Yeah,
as a people we are ready for that level of commitment?
you see, like I always say, Nigerians, we are not that serious. Because why I say we are not that serious, what happens to other nations and that nation is shut down by the masses, by the people, by the citizens. It happens, such happens, m- more than that happens in Nigeria, and the government get away with it. Why? Because we don't have that courage. We are afraid to die. We are afraid, like I said, it's better you die for something than to die for nothing. You see, during COVID, the whole country was shut down for more than 1 month. If people are afraid to protest for more than 1 month, weeks, during COVID, they didn't get anything from the government, but the country was shut down. Nobody died. If they are afraid that, oh, what are we going to eat? What are we going to eat? Stop it. So you see, all these things have been happening. Even by now, the whole country, from that moment, they show that video of those people that are being maltreated by this bandit. From that day, Nigeria should shut down. Now, the masses could have stormed the streets, the road, government houses, State of House Assembly, Senate, representative, as rock. Today, it would have been BBC everybody's supposed to be seeing it. BBC, CNN, Al Jazeera, and other international media. But these things happens in Nigeria. Nothing happened. So what do you expect from government? They will continue with what they are doing, because Nigerians, like I always say, Nigerians are not serious. That is why these guys are doing all this and are getting away with it. And they will continue to do it. Nothing will happen. Look now. You see, when it comes to security, you see, Nigeria government, there's an Governor Autumn say it, that there's an agenda. Many people have been saying it, there's an agenda that Nigerians will not understand. They will not understand. You see, this guy, the same people who has an agenda to take over Nigeria, they are using Tinubu's desperation to also achieve it. Because some of our Southerners, out of their selfishness, they just want to be in power. They don't understand the game that is being played out. Look, in our security, in our military today, it has been infiltrated. These guys have positioned their people in our security, in our military, both police, DSS, soldier. They have positioned them, and they are in high rank. They are in top positions in the Nigeria. Have you ever asked why all this is not happening? And everywhere nothing is happening, because they have positioned them in Erufai, Buhari, and they will threaten them. Like somebody say, I think that was yesterday, that this is just to deceive Nigerians, because these guys, their plan is to take over Nigeria. That is why if anybody in the South try to oppose them, when we all know what happened to Sunday Igboho when he tried to oppose them, they go after him. And some people, some top politicians from the Southwest, because they want to be relevant, they kept quiet instead of speaking out. We all know what is happening to Nnamdi Kanu today, because he is opposing them. And some top politicians from the Southeast, they join them because they think, oh, they want to still be relevant. Any person from the South or from any other tribe that is not a member of that group, if you try to oppose, they will come after you hardly, because they have a plan, they have an agenda to take over Nigeria. We will be here, Nigeria will be here talking, every day talking. They tell you, look, how many times have we heard that there's an intelligence, and before our eyes, that thing happened. Every time it happened, we still have intelligence. How it has happened with all this intelligence? Because they have positioned their own people. They have positioned them. This is a plan for over 50 years. Because now, when they come to northern Nigeria, they succeeded in northern Nigeria using them that, oh, they are fighting, their leaders are doing, they succeeded in them. Now that Nigerians' eyes has opened, the only way they will succeed in it is by taking over Nigerian military, taking over police, taking over soldier, taking over air force, custom, everywhere, so that custom, they are the ones at the border. In the Nigeria immigration, that the one in charge of documentation. In the police, they are the one in charge of internal security. In the military, and the Navy, they are the one in charge of external security. So what can you do? They have been planning this.
They've been placed in strategic places.
Yes, they took over. And Nigerians are busy talking. How long are we? How many people will say this? And Nnamdi Kanu came before Buhari came to Nnamdi Kanu say it the way it is, and it is playing out. They come after him. They want him dead. And every Nigerian ask, why do they want Nnamdi Kanu dead? Why? What did he do? Did Nnamdi Kanu kill anybody? He only says things with his mouth. Today, the same people make sure that in Southeast, that's where we have become a no-go area, so that the whole other part of the Nigeria we see Southeast as a no-go area. Oh, IPOB is doing this, IPOB is doing that, they are doing this, they are doing that. Who orchestrated these things? It is the same people. The same people. Nigerians should wake up. If we continue to be talking, we will be there. What happened in Afghanistan will happen in Nigeria. When they took over the power, ABUJA, they seize it, and you won't do anything. Why? Because they are the one having gone. They are the one having gone at all places in Nigeria. If you try, they shoot you. as they are shooting people in Nigeria today, bandits are shooting innocent people in the north. Nigerian army and police are shooting people in the southeast. And we are all here talking. These guys are busy. Have you, since these things have been happening, how many times Buhari as a president, you do know what a president of Nigeria is more powerful than a king. This world is order, law. Imagine when a president appoint a military chiefs, gave them assignment. I gave you 6 months. Wherever these people are, what do you need for you to carry out this mission? And then they bring their strategies. He provided for them 6 months. I want these people to be clear. Do you think these people they will disappear from Nigeria when they hear that the president is not joking? When they see that the president have appointed serious people that and give them mandate, they will disappear. But is president doing that? President is not doing that. Is he doing that? Before our eyes, these things are happening. Nigerians are talking. Southerners who are in politics, out of desperation, they because they want to be relevant. They are just being, I don't know what I will use to qualify them. I want to praise them.
All right, Mr. Charles. Thank you. I have to move to some other person. I'll come back to you. Mr. Collins, good morning. Thank you for joining to this broadcast. Please, let's just go straight to the discussion.
Good evening, my sister Emma. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you, sir. I'm fine, thank you.
You're welcome. I'm just as I'm listening to what my brother is saying, I'm just watching what is happening in Nigeria. I'm just following the whole thing, the whole protest that is happening. The way police are arresting people because they are protesting. Going to various places, arresting people. That shows you how injustice that country is. So people don't have right again to protest. So I'm just watching the whole thing that is happening, and it's a shame. I keep telling people. Sometimes when we come out this morning to talk about the paper review, sometimes someone will feel bored talking about the Nigerian situation because everything you keep repeating yourself every day. When you keep repeating yourself, at the time you get bored talking about it because there is no remedy. Because when you keep talking something and there is no action taken about it, you kind of feel fed up. I'm looking at this morning. They are talking about Buhari traveling to Libya or Liberia to go and give a lecture of insecurity or something. Security. How can people even if Buhari actually travel out for such a thing? If I'm I shouldn't announce it to Nigeria because you couldn't even keep your country. How are you going to? What are you going to tell people? Oh my God! It's a joke. And then the way people make things, and the whole people, and when they release all these statements, everybody will just laugh about it, and that is what is claiming. We all just laugh about it because it's a serious case. How can Buhari travel out of Nigeria in this situation? As in this, okay, this morning now, I learned that people, there's a secondary school, a private school in Abuja. The parents went this morning to withdraw their children from the school. You understand, because of what is happening. So they are now taking their children out from school because of what all this threat of bandit and everything, because they said there was a threat in that school yesterday. So this morning, the whole parents went to the school to go and withdraw their children from the school. That shows if the capital is not safe, then who are we? At the time, when I have lost, I'm being honest with you, I have lost hope in Nigeria. To be honest with you, I really lost hope in Nigeria because when you keep when you started how things is before and they begin to see how things keep manifesting, kind of asking yourself, how do we get here? And the whole thing, and when you look back, you now begin to see the process, how we're able to get here. Then you ask yourself question, what really happened? Can we make a change? Then when you try to bring change in this Nigeria, then those people you want to help will be the one to be fighting you. I think the problem Nigeria have is that I think people contributed a lot in the failure of Nigeria. I think the Yorubas and the Igbos contributed a lot when it comes to the failure of Nigeria. Because when people I keep thinking about I'm more learned than you, I'm more learned than you, and they don't use that more learned to do something for themselves, then they might allow people, other people who they see them as in, they see them as fools. Those people they think they are fools, keep ruling them. They will now say, okay, Tinubu will give you 1 naira, go and fight with an Igbo person. Tinubu will go, they will call an Igbo person, will give you 2 naira. So they keep fighting themselves where these people are busy doing something, building something. Then we keep fighting ourselves, we are very learned, we are very educated, we study past the Igbos need, and when we keep doing this thing, while houses are busy, the Fulani are busy digging, as in grave. When I mean grave, they are busy digging grave, where we all focus on individual because we feel like we are more learned than any other person in Nigeria. Then you ask yourself, even when it comes to Nigeria, I don't think Hausa people are supposed to be even contributed in any, as in say they want to rule Nigeria or something, because it will take a lot before they can be. But when you come to Nigeria, you look at the whole thing that when you want to you have a company in Nigeria, you have to hire the best person to rule to handle your company. Then, but when it comes to the most important office in Nigeria, then we'll find somebody who couldn't even have a primary school certificate to go there and rule us. Then you see it, and they will now go and hire an Igbo man who went to school in Harvard, or went to hire a Yoruba man who went to school in Oxford. They will now come begin to interpret for them, begin to speak grammar, begin to analyze. That people you are analyzing for, can't you analyze that to yourself? If you do that for yourself, are you going to be killed? Can't you analyze that? Even I look during this primary election, there was this Igbo man I saw. He was busy canvassing for governor of Bauchi State. He was busy canvassing. I'm just looking at that man. This man you are canvassing for, you are more educated than this man. You are more learned than this man. Can't this man be your, hasn't been the errand for you? Then you look at when it comes to, you go to Yoruba people, they are canvassing for people in the north. Then you ask yourself, what really happened to these people? How did we get here? And they keep doing it. Now look at, because of how Tinubu, how he's greedy and everything. Now they want to use Tinubu to achieve their aim, because then other people, you see these people, they know how to play politics very well. They know it very well because this is in their blood. They know it very well. Now they know how serious Tinubu is, and they look at Tinubu, everything now. They want to plan the same thing that Yoruba has planned for them. They are, as in, they plan it very well. Now then look at Tinubu health issue. Look at everything. They say it's better. Let's bring out Tinubu. Let's keep pushing this Tinubu. At the end of the day, if Tinubu emerge or as a president or anything, let's see how at the end of the day, who knows, with his health condition and everything. We saw it happen during Yaradua. So he will, maybe another person will take over. That is how Nigeria is. So if I thought people like Tinubu can't even bring themselves together, say, why are these people taking advantage of us? Can we call ourselves, we the South people, can we just call ourselves back and sit down and talk about ourselves? Because when it comes population, there are no population. We have more population than Hausa people, than Northern people. I keep telling people that. When people keep telling me that Hausas have population, I don't believe it because I've lived there. This is just because it's a space of land. So people do, maybe when you see space of land, they think that is how people are living there. They don't have population. When I went to KB, the village I served was in Liba. In that Liba, my community is even is bigger. If you bring Liba in 3 times, can't even reach my community. But we don't have a councillor. But that Liba, a small Liba, have a councillor. So the population wise, they are not bigger. It's just that we, the Southerners, we don't care. We always feel like everything. Even when somebody wants to come and register, if you are not 18 years, somebody in your house will say, hey, go back. You're not 18 years. But in North, nobody does that. You see even 12 years old person registering. So that shows how they are trying to play this politics. So when you look at what is happening in Nigeria, my sister, sometimes I don't know how the whole thing, because, and I'm happy that I keep telling you here that I want this strike to keep going on, and the strike will keep going on, because I know Nigerians, if you allow them, they can easily forget. They can easily forget. Once you call off this strike now, they forget that they have been staying at home for more than 5 months now. So now, thank God that the Labour have joined. I pray that even the transportation, everybody will join in this thing, as in everybody join, so that, because when you be able to join, it's better we suffer, even if it's going to take us 2 years for us to get the answer. Let's sacrifice these 2 years to get the normal answer. So it's going to take us 20 years. Let's sacrifice 20
All
years to
right.
get So we can't be doing 6 months, then settle us. The next 2 years again, we'll come back 6 months, then settle us again. So
All right,
how
Mr.
are we going to
Collins.
continue doing that? Thank you so much.
All right, Mr. Collins, you're welcome. Mr. Kennedy, it's good to have you here today. I was almost worried that you weren't going to tune in.
Thank you very much. But I actually said I'll be off because I want to be off for some time so that you can miss me. But there was no way I could do that. I'm here again. Thank
It's
you,
good
my
to
beautiful.
have you here, sir.
Thank you.
All
So,
right, Mr. Kennedy.
uh,
The NLC have begun their strike today. As I asked every other person, I don't know if you've encountered NLC strike, total shutdown kind of strike in Nigeria before, because it looks like that is what is going to be happening soon. The banking sector will be closed. Yes. So what's your take? Do you think that we are ready for this? And have you experienced this NLC, total shutdown of the country before, Mr. Kennedy?
yes, I can actually remember the one I experienced when I was at home. Like I said, I left home about 31 years ago, so I can actually remember. But
Okay.
when we were in school then, we participated in Babangida Must Go. Then I was a representative of my department, of my class, and we were met to, hold meetings with the student union government. The student union government, this was a nationwide student union government meeting. We that were leaders in our various schools and department had meetings with them, and we shut down the road going to the north because I went to Auchi Polytechnic. So Babangida listened to us, and awarded bursary to all of us then, even up to the local government level. We're the ones that went to meet our local government chairman then, uh, and take our, because I was the National Union of Benin Student Vice President then too, and we went to meet the local government chairman and submitted the names from our various local governments and so on. Everything was okay, but coming to the topic of NLC, Nigeria National Labour Congress, I think that should be the best way to go. They should shut down the government, shut down the country, and let's see what is going to happen. Because actually, the country is already shut down. I think yesterday dollar was about 660 naira to a dollar. So that is a total shutdown. That was an artificial shutdown too. So how can the common man purchase goods in the market? It's not going to be possible. So Nigerians are dying. You see, some people have been saying. One of my brothers was saying that Nigerians are not ready. This and that. Nigerians are ready, but the fact is, there's a problem with the government. When the head, like I used to say, in Benin proverb, Ezegal, Kohon Lugure, Ohama Mogbo, and Nebio, when the river is polluted at the source, the people at the other end will not have water to drink. That is it. If the president is ready, all these things will be over in a few hours or few days or months. But the president is not ready. That's where the problem is. People that are protesting, look at the strategic positions that have been occupied by these same people that are supporting this banditry and terrorism and all that. That is where the problem is. Like somebody rightly said about Abacha, he said if terrorism or banditry persists for more than 48 hours or so, then the government is involved. That's where we are. If the government is not involved, everything will be okay. But I want to support and applaud the NLC for this initiative. Let them shut down the country and let's see what is going to happen. That is my take. Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Kennedy, thank you for that. Mr. Mike, good day to you. Thank you for joining in today. Please make your submission.
Oh, thank you for having me. Yes. I just want to say I don't think Nigeria will begin to progress or advance until the Nigerian people themselves are willing to commit to actually actual nation building. And when I look at Nigerians, our attitude and the way we talk and the way we look at each other, it's very obvious to me that the people are not really ready to be committed to nation building. And even when you listen to the the speaker before the last brother, two speakers before the brother I just spoke, the way they spoke. I mean, you could tell like there's just this dislike and this attitude of division, and there's no way people can begin to say they want to build a nation without coming together first. So Nigeria, we have to get to a point where to just accept that there's just so much division among the people. So the fundamental, the biggest problem is not just the leadership; it's just the mentality of the entire country. There's so much dislike. This North versus South. This versus that. I mean, to me, until we begin to address these issues before we can even start to say we want to build a nation, we want to build a country. And unfortunately, if we continue this way, we are all suffering. The country continues to suffer and continue to be the way it is. I know a lot of people want secession and want breakup, but hey, this breakup thing is not looking like it's happening anytime soon. I've been hearing breakup all my life. It's not coming. And if breakup is not going to happen, well, maybe we need to just consider building the country. And there's no way we can build a country without coming together as the people. If people keep doing this propaganda, I'll look at them. I don't trust these Hausa people. I don't trust these Igbo people. I don't trust these people. These people that I don't even know how it makes sense to say you don't trust the whole tribe. It doesn't make sense. I'm from the south, and I've had the privilege to live around almost lived in the north and live in the south, live all among every Nigerians. And what I can tell you for a fact is, you will find beautiful human being among every tribe. You also find terrible human being among every tribe. So I don't get the whole concept of always demonizing other person's tribe and other people's region. It doesn't make any sense when people do that. At the end of the day, let's go after bad people. Let's leave away the tribe that they come from. If an Hausa man is bad, if a Fulani man is bad, let's go after the individual. Let's stop this. Oh, the Hausas, the Yorubas, the Igbos, we can never start building a country if we have attitudes towards ethnic groups. Let's have attitude towards bad people. Let's deal with the bad people. Let's suppress them. Let's vote them out of office. Let's put them aside the way they do in civilized countries. They deal with their bad people, they put them in their place, and they let good people take over the society and advance the society. But if you are focusing on ethnicity, there's no the bad people will actually be hiding behind ethnicity, and they use that to be, slipping through the cracks and finding themselves in a position of power. Well, if we all agree that, listen, what we need to focus on is to deal with the bad people in society. Allah make sure we all come together and fight against the evil men and women in the society, no matter what tribe they come from, whether it's Yoruba, whether it's Igbo, whether it's Fulani, whether it's Hausa, whoever is evil, we all unite and fight against these evil men and make sure they don't rule over us. And that's how you start to build a society. Well, unfortunately, average Nigerian person don't understand that. You just have problem with regions, tribes, and then at the end of the day, we're all in a mess. And you say, "Oh, it's the leaders." Leaders, really? Even if we give you the best leader in the world, and you are still tribalist, you hate that leader because it's not from your tribe anyway. So what's the point? You know, I think that Nigeria we need to. When I hear, I mean, I don't know, man. We just need to change our way, the way we
Uh,
think, if we want our society to advance. I'm
Mr.
sorry.
Mike, I've been waiting for you to, link what you are saying with the discussion on ground. I seem to be lost. I'm not sure if that is coming from me or from you. So we're not talking about tribalism here. Neither are we pointing fingers at any tribe. Our topic of discussion is the NLC, right? The strike. And I should have asked you this question even before you began with your submission. Have you ever? I don't know if you are here in Nigeria. Are you here in Nigeria?
Yeah, I just left Nigeria not so long ago, but I'm not
Okay,
currently in
so
Nigeria.
have you encountered NLC strike? Like, that kind of strike that everything is locked down, no markets, no banks, no nothing. Everybody is stay at home. Have you encountered anything like
I
that
don't
in
think that's ever
Nigeria?
happened in
I
Nigeria,
know.
has it?
I know it has. I know growing up I have, and a few people who are not even in the country, we just had to trace right back to when we encountered things like that in the country. Now I'm saying, this looks like it because Labour is calling on the banking sector. The banking sector, aviation, they've already given their voices. Electricity also, I mean, we already know those ones. Those ones are and blackouts are 5 and 6. And now because of this strike, there's going to be blackout. And you guys, we are going to do an hour 20 minutes at most because there's no light, and I'm not sure I want to go and queue at the fuel station today. So yeah, I'm asking now, Mr. Mike. The question is: are we ready? Are we ready to sacrifice all of these things? Even though we might not be getting those, if everybody, it just means that the whole country goes on shutdown. That's why the presidency, federal government, the police, DSS have been warning LLC not to go on strike. They either say it is illegal, not constitutional, but they stood their ground, and it has started today. And by the
Would
end
the
of this
private
week,
sector
other people
also
will
would the
join.
private sector also participate, or is it just the public sector?
The private sector might participate because at some point there might be no means to move about. At some point, the bus drivers, everybody, they will have to stay back. So how will they go to work? So at some point, something will just have to give that would affect them too.
I don't see it happening. I don't think it's gonna happen. Yeah, I don't think it's ever happened before, where the whole country just shut down. I mean,
Ah,
well, I
okay.
understand
All
public
right.
sector, but I don't see private sector going along. Because a
All right.
private, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. It's not happening.
I do.
However, I mean, the root of the problem is not what we are tackling. It's not the first time. This whole strike thing, this whole complaint that's been going on over and over and over. I think the fundamental problem is the way we approach things. We don't tackle problems from the roots. In Nigeria, I don't understand the way we approach things. We don't investigate why things happen the way they happen. We don't investigate why things is the way they are. Until you know the roots of the problem, you can never figure out what the real solution is. If you're just focusing on the branches of problems and you're tackling the branches, the problem will continue to persist. So the way we approach situation in Nigeria is we just react. We are just the reactive people. You understand? We start reacting when we start feeling uncomfortable. However, we don't ask questions like, okay, what are these things in place that leads to things to be the way it is. Why do we
I
have
think
to why
I
can't
don't
we be
think the
proactive
problem
sometimes?
is I don't think the problem is just the reaction and all of that, right? I think the people who gives the order at the end of the day, they are the ones that are not thinking right, and it just goes to say that we don't elect the right leaders, right? I mean, if not, else we shouldn't be having all of these people who have the final say. We come together, we put our heads together, we draw up strategies on how to evacuate a problem or this or that. But then again, the man that is supposed to give the order is not saying anything. So at the end of the day, it's just going to end on our table. And that is why it is very important that we vote right
Yeah,
at
we
the end
also
of the
understand we don't live
day.
in
That's going
dictatorship, right?
yes, yeah, yeah. I do agree with
So
your
it's a
submission.
true it's a two-way in a democracy. It's a two-way street. The leadership, also the people have power. So what's happening is, I think we're still stuck in the mentality of we're living the days of dictatorship. This is democracy. It's a two-way street. The people are even, in fact, more powerful than the leaders. So why are we not utilizing the book, the rules, the court system? I mean, there's so many, the impeachment system. There's so many things, but we're not doing that. All we do is just reacting and crying and complaining. We are not solving problems. When we complain that, okay, this leader is not doing something right, he must be breaking some type of law. Let's use the judicial system to go after the leader. There are many ways to do things. It's because we are not actually sitting on the round table, investigating the roots of whatever the issues are, and
I
actually
think
even
I think because we as a people we are strongly divided. Like
exactly.
someone gave an instance yesterday on the broadcast how during the answers some people, a vast majority were protesting against the SAS people, and
You see,
people
and
from far
I can
north
guarantee
came
you,
out and they were anti-protesters of protesting against those protesting against. I think at the end of the day, our government is the one dividing us because when this one happened, and there is the other people in Lagos who will sort their thugs to come and disrupt the protest. So you
the
see,
government benefit from the division. They benefit.
of course, that's a
They
given.
know
That's
they know that the divided people, it makes them more safer to be where they are. A united people can easily topple them. You understand? So
So
and
our
that's why I keep
politicians,
preaching.
divided we stand, united day.
Thank you. So and that's why I cry every time I see the ordinary man coming here to preach tribal thing, even pushing more division. You are really not helping yourself. Because, for example, let's agree that, or maybe the northern leaders are ruling the country or taking the wealth of the south and things like that, right? These same northern leaders, right? Let me this is a very important point. This same northern leader, they're impoverishing their people in the north. We, the Southerners and both the poor Northerners, we're all victims of these same people you're accusing, these the elites, right? How about we, the Southerners, we unite with the poor Northerners and come together and overthrow all these Northern, so-called Northern leaders that are ruling over everybody, if that's the case?
Thank
In
you,
fact, I
Mr.
believe,
Mike.
you understand what I'm saying? But if you are sitting here telling a poor Fulani man that you are his enemy, what do you achieve at the end of the day? Or a poor Hausa man that because it's an Hausa man, I'm a Yoruba man, I'm a Igbo man, we are enemies. He's suffering, you're suffering. Why don't you, your enemy of your enemy is your friend?
All
Their
right,
enemy,
Mr.
their
Mike.
leaders are their worst enemy in the north.
All right, Mr. Mike. I have to move on to some other person. We don't have so
Thank
much
you,
time
Mr.
on our
Mike.
podcast today. Oh, you have a shout out from another panelist, Mr. Mike. Well done for your submission. Mr. Let Go. Good day to you, Mr. Let Go. How you doing?
I'm doing good. Good morning. Good day.
Good day to you, sir. Please give your submission.
Yeah, I just joined in. I listened to the last speaker, so I don't know the main topic of the day.
Okay. Mr. Let Go, are you in Nigeria?
Currently, not no.
All of you are not in Nigeria, right?
No.
Okay, Mr. Let Go. We're talking about the strike. NLC began their strike today, and they are calling on other people. And before now, the banking sector, the aviation, electricity had given their solidarity. They have lended their voice, that they are joining in solidarity strike protest for the ASUU. And it has begun in different parts of the country: Kano, Osun State, Lagos. Things are happening. People are mobilized. They are in strategic places and demanding that the federal government does the needful by ASUU. And you see, this means that the whole country is going to, when all of these industries, and already people are having issues, people are packing up already, and now this strike is going to enforce more closure of businesses and structures out there. And I'm asking, are we ready as a people? Can we, bearing in mind that there are most people whose source of income is achieved daily, how will those people survive? Are we ready for this? How many people can go and shop enough in their homes? I mean, are we ready for this? Are we ready for this?
Uh,
What's your reaction to all of this?
yeah, yeah, okay. Thank you so much. Yeah, I think the last speaker said something that when we continue to be tribal, making Hausa man your enemy, making Yoruba man your enemy, Yoruba making Igbo people their enemy, all those kind of things, it cannot unite the country and fight for these corrupt leaders. It's true, but the main truth there is that it's possible. But what your people are telling you, the way they are educating somebody in the north, is not the same way they're educating some people at the south. That is it. When you listen to when Gabashew make a statement, he typically said it the way northern people feel about the southern people. And that is it. So no matter how we treated it, the northern people sees people from the south as their enemy. And that is why they don't want them to be in power. Look at Kwankwaso. What did Kwankwaso say? Kwankwaso said it's not about him. It's all about how the North will see P2B being the president and for him to vice him. That is not going to work. That is the main reason that Kwankwaso and Obi are not together. So for Nigeria to work, we need a total shutdown. Salarenka did it. And before this total shutdown can work, we have a rubber senators in the National Assembly. As he said, when we unite together, we change the people out of the office. It's going to be hard because the people that stole our vote, and they're all in the National Assembly, sitting down there watching Nigerian dead, watching Nigerian die. They are not doing anything. Is the National Assembly did not know what is happening in Nigeria? I do not know that ASUU has been on strike. I do not know that president is not performing. Look at what happened yesterday. Policemen were killed in Ondo, that the attack of church people that are still nursing their dead ones. The police people were killed there yesterday. Delta State police people were killed yesterday. Imo State, 14 youth have been massacred. Terrorists are herding people, flogging them like they are in a hell while they are still living. And look at it yesterday. Presidency ordered Federal College Kwale in Federal Capital Territory to be closed because of what? Boko Haram told them that they are coming. They ordered the school to be closed in our capital city of Nigeria. And Boko Haram are closing on our capital. They are closing on in Ashrock. So if time is not taken, they will take over because they have said it. And so we need a total shutdown. Everybody needs to be involved for things to change. Everybody needs to be involved. Otherwise, nothing is changing. If they like protest from now till tomorrow, if we do not take this aggressive step, everybody being involved, and nothing is happening. Our people are being killed. Our people are being raped. Our people are being massacred. Look at $1 to naira, 660 something naira. So the country has failed. The country is broke. There is no money anymore. I said it here the other day that a friend of mine, went to everyday market in Lekki and bought a small tube of yam for 10,000 naira, very small. I was like, has it gotten to this level? So we need a total shutdown. If people in FCT can buy a cup of gari, what are people in Oshodi? Can they buy the same cup of gari? So the country needs to shut down. Every system needs to shut down so that we will start finding solutions to our problems. That's all I have to say.
All right, Mr. Lego. Thank you. Thank you for that. Vine Maxwell, hi, good day. Thank you for joining today's broadcast. Please unmute your mic. How are you?
I'm fine, my sister, and good morning from Accra, Ghana.
Good morning, my brother. Thank you for joining.
Thank you so much, my sister, and good morning to everybody on the platform and those that are listening to us. I'm very happy to be here, to share my own opinion with my cousins in Nigeria. Right? You see, like the strike, it is long overdue. It's long overdue. The reason why most of us are enjoying in the diaspora, although my father is a Ghanaian, but my mom is from the southeastern part of Nigeria. And I was once a military man in that country from 1999 to 2004 when I left them. You see, the reason why most of our people in the diaspora today are enjoying is because of what their ancestors did in the past. That all other people, they did what they did, blood was shed, some people weren't lucky, they died. And today, they build structures that all our people, you asked a question, is there anybody in Nigeria that is in this platform talking? I don't think if there is anybody in Nigeria that is on this platform today. None. It's only those living in abroad. What makes you feel comfortable in that abroad that you are staying? My people, I ask you people. Because the structures are good and people paid price for it. Fela said before that Nigerians are lazy, they are cowards. I no one die. My mama there for house. My papa there for house. I no one die. I no one quench. I mean, man will slap your face. You no go talk. Policeman go whip your nyash. You no go talk. These are the realities that are happening. Yet, Nigerians, in which country will what is happening in Nigeria today will happen and that country remain the same? Which country in this world? In Ghana, let me take Ghana here. Some of our people that are in this platform, I know them. We've been on many other, platforms talking. Some people are antagonistic to, my own opinion. Yes, Ghana is a small country of about 31.3 or 31.4 million people. But we have an average electricity coverage of 90-something%. Whole country. Whole country. We have a water. This is not private. This is government. Social structure. We have a water coverage of about 80-something%. Those that lives in the town, in the major cities, pay for the rural dwellers on electricity and water supply. We have good roads. Although there are corruption in this very place, and our parliamentary system, we have MPs and presidents. They are checking these people very well. I do not know if most of you have heard about what our president Nando Dankwa Akufo-Addo was doing on a cathedral.
Yes,
It was
we
a
heard it.
it was a personal promise he made to God. If God helps him to win the election, that he is going to build a cathedral for God. On winning that election, instead of him to use his own personal money to build a cathedral, the personal promise he made to his God, he is now using our money. And we said, no, you cannot do it. It is on hold now. That cannot happen in Nigeria. The problem you have are those people that are, by the way, are these people elected, your senators and representatives, are they properly elected by the people?
The answer
If
is
they are
no.
not, if they are not properly elected, then what do you expect them to do? They paid money. All of you were watching what was happening in the primaries. People got $1,000, $10,000, $20,000 just to step down for another person to go in there. And you expect positive result from such people? Are they for
Not
that Christmas?
possible.
They will recoup all this money and continue to put Nigeria in perpetual poverty. That is what is happening. I am in support. I am in support of the bottom line, my sister, and anybody that cares to listen to me today. I have soft spot for Nigeria because my mom comes from there. And this part of these people has been down for so many years by people that you do not know where they come from. I lived in the north. I mingled with all of them. There is no way. The south and north is on a parallel path. It's like water and the oil. You can't mix them. By the time you want to use heat to mix them, you destroy a lot of things. You will burn a lot of fuels in order to get them. You will destroy a lot of things. That is the reality on the ground. That is there is no way, no matter how we converse here, my sister, and anybody that cares to listen, you can never bring Nigeria into a very one space path for them to trend. You cannot. It is difficult. When the other people are talking east, you are talking. Look at in the 21st century. People, I have a livestock. I am engaged since the time I resigned from the army and came back to Ghana. I inherited a family livestock farm. My cattle, as I'm speaking to you now, is 728 heads. They are not roaming from one place to another. And when you see them, they are very, very healthy. And the science told us that by the time you begin to roam your cattle all over the places, they'll become thinner and thinner and thinner, and they will not even produce milk to that level that you want them to produce milk. Take, for instance, look at the cows you have in Nigeria that is causing all this problem, that is causing this hatred, that is sowing this seed of discourse among Nigerians, destroying the little peace that you had there before. is cattle. And who owns Nigeria? So I am in total support of this strike that is going on right now. In fact, during the NSAS, I was there too. I spent 2 days there, and I will support with anything I have got, with the little that I have. If it will warrant me to sell one cow, I will sell one cow. I support this solidarity strike that is going on in Nigeria, and I support ASUU. Imagine your own people, they run your schools down to primary and secondary school. Nigerians are paying international fee in our local primary and secondary schools here, not to talk of the tertiary institutions here in Ghana. Nigerians are made to pay $10,000 international fee to study in most of our tertiary institutions here in Ghana. What is the need of Nigeria in the world? What is the need of that country? The giant of Africa, with so much vast nation, land, with so much resources. Forget about even the natural resources, human resources. You cannot harvest them. You can't have Cuba, where I had my first training. It's a communist state, and they train the one of the best place you can get medical, degrees. Cuba, they export. Once they train you, they export you. Some of them are working in Ghana here, and we pay them in dollars. There is so much human resources Nigeria can harvest on. Forget about natural resources and oil. You depend on oil. You kill your people. You destroy them. You put them into perpetual poverty, weaponizing, using this system now to weaponize poverty. I support this strike. I would even love that they would sustain it for months. Sustain it for months. Pay the price and make your country better. That was what other people did. You cannot. I am not, as a former soldier, I am not a proponent of armed insurrection. No, do your civil right, a civil protest that is allowed in your constitution, and get things done. If you begin to live in your house, oh, I don't want to go, I don't want to die, I don't want to do this, I don't want to do that, they will continue to do what they know how to do best. That is to place you in a perpetual poverty and weaponize poverty within you. Thank you. And may God bless those people that are doing that protest today. And I hope they will sustain it, if not months, but weeks. Thank you, and God bless you.
Amen. Thank you very much for that, Mr. Vine Maxwell. Thank you for that, and thank you for defending our country and the time that you did. We appreciate you and we celebrate you on this platform. Thank you very much, Miss Essie. Are you with us now?
Yes, I'm with you. How are you?
All right. Please give your contribution.
Are we still on the NLC?
Yes. Okay. I was going to ask you also if you've encountered a total shutdown in the country before, where NLC goes on strike and every other bodies joins them in the solidarity protest. Have you encountered any in Nigeria?
Yeah, it's 20 years now. Over 20 years I've been out of Nigeria. And time I was in Nigeria, I can't recall any time there had been a total shutdown in Nigeria. And then thinking about it now, it's like, in fact, I don't know what to say, because I don't see the country or the people as prepared for this kind of shutdown. Because as it is now in Nigeria, things are so difficult, so difficult. The ordinary man cannot even, or finds it difficult to get basic stuff, not to talk of when the country is totally shut down. So my heart really goes out to Nigeria and to Nigerians. I am sad. I am not happy about what is happening, because our leaders have really failed us. They've totally failed us. Those of us in diaspora, we are not happy Many of us are eager to come back home. You know, we're doing our best to help the situation back home, but it's like our hands are tied. That's the way I see it. So for Nigeria and Nigerians, I don't think we're ready for that total shutdown. But I think if you want to look at the other side of it, it's a welcome development, because that means the people are actually making their voices to be heard. And those leaders, those people that are sitting in power, that don't have anything to offer, yes, I think it's high time all this whole thing gets to their doorpost. Now, we are not joking. Nigerians are not joking. I am obedient and I join the forces. I just pray that the enemy will not hijack this protest, because what happens normally in Nigeria is they release thugs, and before you know, they start destroying things, destroying properties, destroying lives, and it starts looking as if it's the NLC that is perpetrating this crimes. So that is one thing we see in Nigeria. So I'm praying, I am putting my fingers crossed, and I hope that everything goes fine. Thank you very much. God bless Nigeria, and God bless everybody on this platform, home and abroad. God bless you all.
Well, I'm thinking Mrs. Ima is having some technical problems. Thank you, Mrs. Elsie, for that great speech. I hope you always join us on Nigeria Watch. If this is your first time, please subscribe to us as well. Well, let me just add quickly to what Mr. Vine says. Mr. Vine, thank you very much for your great service to your motherland. And we also celebrate you here on Nigeria Watch. If Nigerian government cannot celebrate you as a veteran, I was once, my uncle was once a veteran, but he's in heaven now. I know what the sacrifice he gave to Nigerian government, but yet he was not celebrated. I feel the pain. You see, one thing I must tell everyone here, when I come in, I shed tears. I grew up in Nigeria. I went to school there. And most of you knows that for me, I believe on everybody should have a sense of belonging. You are important. You see, when Mr. Vine spoke, I listened to the Ghanaian when they speak in parliament. I listened to the Nana Akufo-Addo. But exactly what that speech he made, that he was going to give a cathedral, he went to build it with the resources from the government, and they are holding him responsible for it now. This is how a government works. You cannot come in and start spending the money, which you are not supposed to. Thank you very much. Who's that? Sorry?
Can I ask you a question?
Who is speaking?
This is Brother Mike. Can I ask you a question?
Brother Mike, you can go on. What's your question, sir?
Do you think the reason why Ghana is progressing is because the Ghanaians are committed to nation building, and the reason why they are committed to nation building is because they are united? They don't have this element of secession or anything like that. They agree to be Ghana, and they are committed to nation building. Whereas in the of Nigeria, we are not committed to nation building because many of us are still looking towards breaking up and things like that. Do you think that's the case?
The answer is that is the case. Because as a Nigerian, like ABUJA always said,
I think I would like to transfer that question to Mr. Vine.
Can I answer the question, please? I'm here to answer that question.
Okay.
Yes, I think you should answer that question, and that's because you've been with both people. You've lived with both nationals.
Yes. You see, Ghana got their independence. They started their process 1957, and they become a republic, a sovereign government, a nation, 1960, before Nigeria. And when you compare it with Nigeria, Nigeria is supposed to have their independence before Ghana, but there were some delays. People were backward, people were not ready, we were not ready. Then Ghana got their own. Let me tell you one thing, why Ghanaians, we have our differences here politically. We have almost 200 ethnic tribes in this country. But do you know what happened? We had a military leader that came in here and said corruption will never be allowed in Ghanaian space to thrive. That was my commander and
J.J.
ECOWAS,
Rowling.
ECOWAS president from 1993 till I think 1996 or 97. He is dead now. During that time, there was so much corruption, cases going on. People were accused. Those parliamentarians, the political civilian, the civilian political office holders were accused of massive corruption. My sister, let me tell you today, if I mention some of the amount, you will laugh. How can Ghana do that to their politician for stealing only equivalent of at that time 1,000 naira? Politicians were tied in a place in the armed forces firing range in a place they call Nungua. If you are going to Accra, Old Castle, they were tied at that beach there and shot dead. They were executed. Some that could not be caught ran away, and corruption was reduced. I'm not telling you that we are free from corruption. No, it was reduced. Before you steal money from here, you will be looking at your back. It is not. Even as I speak to you, my brother, the person that asked the questionnaire, there is what we call Ghana Trans-Togoland problem issue right now. It is people are agitating to leave Ghana. They call them the voter. These people that has border with the Togo, the Lomé.
Think
They
the
are
upper
fighting.
voter.
Oh yeah, the upper voter. We call them Transvoter region. Transvoter, upper voter, something like that. That's what we call them here. They are agitating, and the way it is being handled with maturity. I say maturity, not like this, Rambo style system that you are doing. If it is Nigerian unity is sacrosanct, Nigerian unity cannot be divided, as if you are talking to slaves. And in the process, you use force. And in using force,
Yeah.
you make them build adaptation. You make them build adaptation. Why will a section of Nigeria tell you that when Midwestern states were created, was it not true? Did they agitate? Did they agitate? And when they were agitating, were they killed?
No.
Was referendum not conducted on them that brought them Midwest region? And when you look at the history of your country, which people started the separation and secession, did the British at that time capture them and begin to murder them the way you are murdering other people today, the Duduas and the Biafrans? Did the British people, the white people, the imperialists, the people that brought this problem that we have today in Nigeria, that you cannot love me, I cannot love you, distrust everywhere, did they arrest them that time and kill them when they mention what they call Araba? Do you know what is Araba in Hausa language? Divide. Divide, Araba. That is what it means. Araba, divide. Were they rounded up? Trace them to foreign countries, arrest them and bring them and jail them? What do you want? What do you want in your country? Nobody will do it for you. And look, let me tell you one thing you people should understand, especially the southern part of Nigeria. I have lived in the north for almost 18 years. I speak Fulfulde, I speak Hausa, and I speak Gware language. Okay? And I speak Igbo and little Spanish as well. You know what you want. Especially if you continue. Look, the enemies you know today, I do not know how long I'm going. Maybe I'm wasting your time here, but I just have to try and round up. I have a lot in my heart to tell my people, my cousins in Nigeria. You see, if you continue to fight yourself in this old southern region, what happened to the indigenous people in the north? There are so many of them. Will happen to you too. What happened to them? If you go to the north today, you cannot see
Exactly.
what they got. You cannot see Zaki. You can't see Zaki. Zaki is a traditional title in Hausa language. Zaki is a tiger. They give their traditional title. Before the emergency of the Caliphate North, there were traditional stools that were respected in the north. Where are they today? Go and check. We live there. They call me Alkali. Alkali is a mediator, someone that studies your language, that can speak and say proverb in your language, that can settle matters, despite that the person is not from that space. That was how fluent I am, till now, in Hausa language. Okay? Today, you cannot see them. If you go to Kaduna, those of us that lived in Kaduna in those days, there is only what they call Central Market, Kaduna. It is called Central Market, Kaduna. But today, the nomenclature has been changed in order to remove any historical attachment to that owns that particular facility was known to be. That is what is happening. So my people, in Ghana here, we fight every day. We agitate to be free every day. Especially even in my own place, the Upper East region, there is agitation that they're supposed to be on their own, but it is handled peacefully. People are being talked to. You cannot even know when they are talking to them, and they are speaking our mind, and they will give you things that will make you say, okay, I will stay here. I will remain here. Not by just telling someone, if you are not in Nigeria, if you are not this, are they slaves? Are they slaves? Even where you are staying, in that peaceful country that you are staying, can they come to you? Can you, begin to agitate today to be on your own, and they handle you and begin to treat you the way they are treating them in Nigeria? There is imbalance in the country. There is deprivation in the country. That is so. Solve those problems, and let's see if Nigeria will not be one, our great nation today.
God bless
Before
you, sir.
Mazin Nnamdi begin to agitate for Biafra, was he not agitating and demonstrating in Nigeria, in London, in the street of London for restructuring? Was restructuring agitation, to secede? Let's tell ourselves the truth. If you that are Nigerians, real typical Nigerians, will not come out and speak the truth, then I wonder what you want other people to do for you. Thank you, and God bless you.
Wow. Thank you for that, Mr. Pine Maxwell.
Hey, can I
You're
just say
welcome, man.
something to that?
You're welcome, man.
Can I just say something to that?
Go ahead, Mr. Machiavelli.
Yes. When Mr. Vine spoke on this issue, it reminds me when I was in my junior secondary school in 2, I read a novel written by a Ghanaian poet named Ayukwe Amar. And in the title, he says, "The beautiful ones are not yet born." It wasn't talking about a beauty of a girl. It was talking about a political system that has been thrown into rampage, that the person to bring it, to revive it back, has not yet been born. And whenever I read that novel, it tells me about Nigeria. And this is the reason why I have everything that he's saying. I understand it. I knew, because on both sides of it, I've got friends along them, and I have read histories along these, lines. And this is the reason why I continue to preach on here, that it's best that we all now come together and iron this thing in a peaceful transition so that we can get the head and tail. Because the way, if we agitate wrongly, just as he says, they are going to use a key to just lock it. Because I gave an impression yesterday, an example yesterday. If you go to the UK, there's a part of the UK that is agitating for its self-government, to its self-country, and which is Scotland. In the parliament, we have the Scottish National Party, elected by the Scottish, to go and represent them in the parliament in Westminster, to push their agitation in a very peaceful way. But the government in Westminster are also engaging them in a peaceful way in order to not to stir violence, because violence will never lead to anything good. And that is what he's talking about. He's speaking about the voter region. I know about that. These are the things I have been telling people. Instead of us to come together and start, how do we get it wrong? And how are we going to draw ourselves to say, this is how we are going to face the reality. Let us approach this thing in this way. We are not saying it. We are not united. It's true. Because we always look at this person that, if this person is agitating, we don't want to find out what is the actual root of why this person is agitating. How do we make this person, how do we actually give him what they want? Because if you look at it, there's bound to be agitation when there's injustice in the land. But the fact is, we Nigerians, we are not ready to actually sit down to iron our grudges. Other than everybody want to say, yes, I am in command. Yes, I am in command. This is where the problem is. Thank you very much.
I'm glad you guys mentioned about the agitation in Ghana. Now the question you have to ask yourself, and I'm also glad you mentioned that the manner you agitate also matters, right? Now the question you want to ask yourself is, did those Ghanaians that were agitating, did they come out and started calling Ghana a zoo and telling Ghanaians that their president is dead, is a Jubilee from Sudan somewhere? And you mentioned peaceful way of doing things. There's no way you can approach somebody with aggression, anger, and insult, and you expect that person to want to listen to you. I think most of the things we cry about in Nigeria, sometimes we don't even need to cry about it. All we have to do is just bring our best intelligent people to come to front, whether our senators, whoever, take your issue to them and present it to the government and discuss it. But the way we approach ourselves, our conversation, is the problem. When a person wants to agitate about something, the first thing he does is start insulting the other person and thinking by insulting that person will have you desire to want to listen to you. So also our attitude in Nigeria is one of our biggest problems. It's just the way we use hatred to approach everything. Put aside hatred and just come peacefully, present your case peacefully. So maybe we need to start looking at our attitude as well. Just like they say attitude is the key thing in everything you do. Your attitude will decide.
Okay, can I respond to you, bro?
Mr. Vine, please go ahead.
Okay, you see, my brother, there is an adage both in Ghana here and in Nigeria that said, when you stay too long in the toilet, the flies that you don't expect will visit you there.
God bless your wisdom.
It is an adage. When you stay too long in a toilet, the flies you never expected will visit you in that toilet. Forgive my language, but it is an adage. My mother, my father here in Ghana and in Nigeria taught me, and that is what I learned. And I use them at will anytime I want to. When you talk of the agitation in my own father's region, here we call region not states, Upper East. If I tell you what happened there, as I'm talking to you, people are being killed. But there is a limit. What is happening in Nigeria is different entirely with what is happening in Ghana. From 1960, when you look, go back to the history of Nigeria and tell me if there is any time Nigeria had total peace, or let me say 70% peace all over the nation. It's either tribal, religion. It has been there, my brother. You cannot remove it. You can't remove it. Do you know why we are at peace in Ghana? Is because we have what we call liberal system. And probably because there is a high percentage and concentration of Christians here. Maybe if the other side is small, we will not be. I might not be speaking the way I'm speaking right now, because it is evident wherever those your enemies that wants you to be their slaves are higher in number. They begin to impose what they feel that is right for them. That is what is going on. In the Trans-Togoland, the agitation that is going there, you said the system they use. Let me tell you today, the reason why their main man was arrested, do you know how they arrested him? They captured military vehicles. They killed soldiers. But soldiers went in. He was not even just harassed, he was invited. His dignity and respect was also, because he was leading it, was accorded to him. Nobody went into his house and began to bomb his house. They did it to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. What did you say? In his house. They did it to Sunday Igboho. What did you say? How many people did they kill in Sunday Igboho? That one is not Igbo person. Say Yoruba man. What did Nigerians say? You can see how some people that will come out and defend that incursion into a civilian's compound by the armed military, let me say, security apparatus in Nigeria. You want to use force to subdue the opinion of individual that does not share your culture, tradition, and language. It doesn't work. You will meet a stiff resistance. You will kill them. Look, let me tell you, in the army, I will not fight what they call unjust war. Any country that engages in an unjust war will suffer the consequences. Once the people agreed on what they want, that alone, the spirits will follow them. So here in Ghana, we had problems too. Soldiers were killed, but it was not done the way you people are doing it in Nigeria. The language Nigerian people understand, your authorities understand, is force, and force. And the same thing they practice in the army, the same thing they are practicing in the civil space. Obey before complain. Obey before complain. If you say, no, I am objecting to this particular order, they will charge you for what they call, refusing to obey the last order, insubordination. That is what they will charge you, in line with the Nigerian Army Act. I was a member there. I can tell you a lot in that space. You see, when you exert your power and authority over people, you will meet resistance. Look, let me tell you one thing. Nigerians are not just maybe like people, slaves. They have rights to decide where I should be and where I should not be. And when marginalization and deprivation is telling in their faces. Thank you, sir.
May I come in briefly, please?
Thank you to Mr. Chris George. I think that is you, your network. Please, all right, Madam Essie.
Yeah, I just want to come in here briefly to say something. The guy there said, responding in a very angry tone, calling Nigeria zoo, the president is dead and everything. You cannot blame people. Just like the last speaker said, you can't blame Nigerians for speaking that way. As a true leader, when you hear your people start talking like this, then it's the time for you to go back into your caucus or whatever and try to see, why are these people thinking and acting this way? Why are they calling this place a zoo? A zoo is a place where animals roam about. Just like in the safari, they roam about. They do whatever they can do. They kill each other. Survival of the fittest. That is what Nigeria has become. So calling Nigeria or referring to it as a zoo or a shithole by any African or Nigerian or whatever, I can't blame them. I can't blame them because frustration is so high, poverty is so high, hunger is so high in the country. And we don't deserve it. We don't. Even those of us in the diaspora, we are not happy. So we're in support of this, especially people from the south. I am from the southern part of Nigeria. I'm from Delta State. I know my people, they are sellouts, big time sellouts. They are ready to sell their brother for just a morsel of bread. They are not ready to speak the truth. It is high time we start speaking the truth. Now, Peter Obi is coming up. You'll see many of them looking for a way to discredit him. Why are you discrediting him? Is it because he has the passion to come and help at this point in time? Is it because he's an Igbo man? You know, you're talking about division and rest. Who brought about division? Because growing up as a child, I never knew what division was in Nigeria until these people started coming in large number. And because they have the power, they think they can force their religion, force their way of life on other people. It's not done that way. Like the last speaker rightly said, in Ghana, it is not like that because maybe because the proportion of the people from the other faith, they are not much in Ghana. That is why you see countries like that agitating and you will not hear it outside. But like in Nigeria, we have a large number of them in the north. We have Christians in the north. They won't let them be. They won't let them breathe. They won't let them live their life. They kill them at will. But in the south, those of them that are living with us, we treat them like kings and queens. So why are you blaming Nigerians? You can't blame Nigerians. We've had it up to our neck. We are frustrated. And whatever the leaders or Nigerians receive today, they deserve it and even more. Thank you very much.
Madam Essie, thank you for that. That was such an outburst of emotions, and you've spoken the mind of so many people. I tell you, especially Nigerians in Nigeria. You know, you step out of your house and you feel the failure of the government. You feel it right on the road. The next person, the person working with you on the road is equally frustrated. You are careful not to step on anybody because anybody will just change it for you at any given time for something as minute as Mr. Goodluck. I'm sorry for keeping you waiting. Good day to you, Mr. Goodluck. How are you doing? Mr. Goodluck? All right, moving on. All right, moving on. I'd like to say, guys, the likes on this video. We've had quite a section. I don't want to interrupt my panelists, but guys, the likes on this video. Please, you have to do the needful, guys. Please,
Mrs.
let's
Emma, can
like
I
this
ask Mr.
video.
Vine a question?
In a minute, Mr. Machiavelli.
Okay.
Please, let's like this video. Let's share. Let's do the needful. Please like this video. This broadcast today, you guys know that today has been quite impactful and educating. We would like for this to go on. We would like for people to be aware of, of such revelation that has dropped on this platform today. Come on, let's share this knowledge. Let's share it. Information truly is power. Let's share it. Let us know. Let us sensitize our fellow Nigerians. You never can tell where or who this video is going to touch. You never can tell the impact that it is going to. I, for one, I have been impacted. I know for sure that you have taken something from this broadcast. So please, let's push this to go as far as possible. Mr. Machiavelli, please.
Thank you very much. Mr. Vine, I just wanted to ask you a question. Do you think, now that you're from the both eye now looking at what Nigerian's political system is all about now in disarray, do you think that the national dialogue is needed in all the geopolitical zones represented to, pull out their grief and thereby leading to a change, since we have a written constitution that can actually cement this kind of dispute?
Thank you, sir. It is long overdue. It is long overdue. And I would take, my idea and experience from what is happening in Ghana today. Like I told you before, the political system we have in Ghana here is not just the best. We had our constitution review many years ago, and today there is an agreement from constituencies, various constituencies in Ghana, to review their constitution. And mind you that this constitution was made by the people of Ghana, not by the military. 1999 constitution was given, that I was in the army then. I left 2004, was given to you by the Nigerian military hierarchy at that time. That is not your constitution. That is the problem of Nigeria as we speak. That is why I always tell people, even if you bring in 100 P2Bs, as long as he is going to operate with that 1999 constitution, he is working on a thin line. He is working on a thin line because that constitution made it, was tilted to place the other side of Nigeria higher in number in the National Assembly. Any bill that is not in their own interest will never even see the light of day. Mark what I'm telling you and ask those our people, those your representatives that are there. National dialogue is what is needed with the current situation in Nigeria. I just heard, I think about 6 or 7 hours ago, some brigade of guard, a captain and some few soldiers was, attacked and wounded. I do not know the fatality rate, whether they are dead or they are still nursing the gunshot wounds, inflicted on them by this these terrorists. If Abuja, during our time, during the time of, let me say, Abacha as a military man, who born you? Who born monkey in Abuja? Who told you that you can come to Abuja and make such nonsense of that city? Who born you? That was how the place was protected. But today, they have made the army look like the police. Handbag carriers. No respect. Even the ragtag. I call them ragtag because they don't have any sort of professional, training. Are now standing toe to toe, facing a professionally trained military officer. My brother, there is something wrong. Something is wrong. And that thing that is wrong is now, in fact, for me, it is inevitable to call a national dialogue, just like you said. Let the people of Nigeria, in their numbers, tribes, religion, decide on what to do, a way forward for that country. We are doing it here, irrespective of our smaller number. We are doing it here, and you will not even hear it on the national. They are doing it. Committees are formed up. All the constituencies, they will go there. They will spend time listening to the people. This is what we want. This is what we want. They compile it. They send it to the regional, municipal assembly. Then they will debate it there. In fact, the way they are doing it here, it shows some high level of maturity. But I've never seen that in Nigeria. When you speak, I wonder, those people that are protesting today, whether they will not send out thugs and the armed officers to go and attack them, and deal with them. That is the way, the Rambo style system. That is what Nigeria is. But something will cause Nigeria to call for a national dialogue. And it will come sooner. So if any of us, I would have loved a Nigeria that when I come into Nigeria from Lagos, I would drove on the road of Lagos all the way to Niger Bridge, then to Abia State without looking at my back. But today I cannot do it with what is going on. If Abuja is under threat, then what do you think that the other places, ruled by rubber stamp governors and the rest of them would do? You see, a national dialogue, my brother, from both sides of the aisle that I have witnessed. In terms of Nigeria, you need a national dialogue immediately to correct the defects that is going to pull Nigeria down. Thank you, sir.
Let me add to that real quick. You mentioned national dialogue now, which is something very simple to make happen, to be honest. But unfortunately, the two fundamental problem of Nigerians is one is bad attitude and misplaced priorities. As the people, you want something. Your first from the nation, right? Your first priority should be agitating with your political leaders in your respective region, your traditional leaders from your respective region. You have leadership in your regions. Agitate among your leaders, rally them, tell them what you want as a people, and tell them to go to the center and present it. It's simple as that. Why we not we from the south, from whatever, whether south east, southwest, south south, why are we not going to our traditional rulers, our political leaders, our representatives, take our grievances to them, put them on the table and tell them that listen, all of you want you all to go to Abuja there and present whatever we want, or whatever it is the grievances is. We want national dialogue. We haven't done that. We don't do that. All we do is just insult sit in the back and point finger at one tribe in the north, says this northerners, this northerners, whereas our political leaders in the south, our traditional leaders in the south, are dining with the same northerners. They are sharing money with them.
But will you blame them,
But
Mike?
we ignore them.
Okay, that'll be that about it. Mr. Chris George.
Yeah, I want to ask Mr. Mike a question. Mr. Mike, during the NSAS protest, do you see any government or any governor that come out and condemn what happened in Lekki Tollgate? Or do you see any of them taking part in that NSAS protest? How the youth are massacred? Do you see any representative or any senator that come out, if not the help of our celebrities that protest? Do you see any of them come out or do NSAS protest?
Now you are strengthening my point too. So why didn't we go after them? We don't go after them. We don't say anything about them. We could just complain about Fulani people. That's what we complain about. We don't complain about them. Has been mentioned the name of one representative from his state in the east.
Okay, wait.
As he talk about Senator Baribe, even Senator Baribe, they claim to be pro-Biafra. As the Biafrans asked Senator Baribe to go to the floor in the Senate and present case for Biafra, as they even so these are the guys you really want agitating for us. These guys that go to Abuja, there, the senators from the south, the leadership in the south, but we don't go after. We don't tell them to go and be our voice to present our so-called grievances.
Okay, Mike, let me just chip in this thing. I'm sorry to interrupt you. Just my sister, please, let me just chip in this thing. Do you know why this thing will not work? Do you know the reason why this thing that you are saying now is a good thing to do? But do you know why it will not work? Is what I'm going to tell you right now. Take it to the bank and you will cash it. When the current government were campaigning for your vote, for the Nigerian vote, what did they tell them? Restructuring. He said Nigeria will be restructured in a manner that everybody will enjoy. Yes. But when they came, when the power entered into their hand, what did they do to you? People started asking them questions. You said you are going to restructure. You said that you are going to restructure. So come and restructure. Find ways for them to. They begin to give you excuses because he who holds the yam and the knife will decide where to cut it. What did they tell you? That you know where to go to. Do you know the reason why they told you that you know where to go to? It's because that particular side you are talking about controls the majority in that house that will vote for that thing that you have tabled to your traditional leaders and your, let me say, your senators and representatives in your various constituencies and regions or states.
Well,
It
let's
will
do it
not work.
first. Well, we haven't done it.
It's something
Let's do it
that
first, and then we'll
send
find
it
out
there,
if
it
that will
will
be the
die.
case. But we haven't done it.
Okay, look at Mike, look at the petroleum bill, the act.
Mr. Mike and
There's
Mr. Vine, please, we have to move on, please. We
okay,
have to
okay,
move on.
please.
Okay, can I
Thank you
say
so
Thank
much.
you
something,
very much.
please?
Mr. Goodluck, Mr. Chris George, your network, you need to put your mic on mute. Your network is causing noise. It's causing noise. It's disrupting the broadcast, please, and you need to work on that, please. I don't know how, but please try to fix that. Mr. Goodluck, are you back? I called on you the other time. Mr. Goodluck. Okay, Mr. Goodluck, you're not here. I would move on to the people in the comments section. Hi, guys. Thank you. The comment section has been very, very engaging as well. Irene Finest, thank you. Mommy Diaspora, thank you. Chidi Obluku, thank you. Johnson Emmanuel, thank you. Naomi Bella, thank you. Jacob D, thank you. Chidi, thank you. Michael, thank you. Biafra is here. Thank you to Chukulote, thank you, thank you, thank you, Uche Jean. You guys are a lot. Thank you, Jeku Obedience. Thank you to everyone. Awareness TV, Mr. Edolites, Onyeka Gideon. Thank you for joining in today, guys. Don't forget to tune in later today by 5 p.m. Nigerian time for discussions, which happens Monday to Thursdays, and on Fridays the debate, 6 p.m. Nigerian time. And your newspaper review is 10 a.m. Nigerian time every Monday to Saturdays, guys. You guys, please come out early. Newspaper review doesn't stay till 12. It's not a 2 hours broadcast. So please come out early enough so that we can have a good time on the broadcast before we part ways. Irene Finance, kisses right back to you, Mammy. Thank you. Okay, back to my panelist, Mr. Machiavelli. With all of this explosion, these revelations, especially from the veteran we have here, Mr. Vine Maxwell, and the things happening in our society, in our dear country. What do you have to say?
Can I speak, please?
Madam Essie, okay. Okay, all
Yeah,
right.
we can't blame Nigerians. We can't just blame Nigerians. We can't put the blames on Nigerians at all. Because if a government comes in with so much promises, especially taking over from the last one who was bullied out of office and claiming that when you come in, you will do better. And on your watch, things are going this bad, up to the extent that you cannot even drive from Warri to Saple without looking over your shoulders. I remember then I used to walk on a stretch of road to the farm and back. I can ride a bike, I can go to the bush, I can do whatever I want to do and come home, and I'm safe. But now you don't have all that in Nigeria because we have a certain group of people who now feel they own the land and they can go anywhere and displace people. The same people I grew up with and we lived peacefully together. But because of these evil leaders who we pray we're able to vote out, they are the ones that have brought in this division. And you can't blame Nigerians. I don't support any of us blaming a particular or putting the blame on a particular geographical region in Nigeria, whatever. But then when you look at it, there is a particular place this thing is coming from. And this needs to be addressed. So you cannot blame Nigerians. You can't blame their decorum. You can't blame their frustration. You can't blame their outbursts. Okay? That is what I have to say. I am very, very pained and I'm in support of the Nigerian people and for Nigeria. And God will continue to bless that country and uphold that country, and we will not divide by the grace of God. But if division is inevitable, then so be it. Thank you.
All right, Madam Essie, thank you for that. Mr. Machiavelli, do we have you now? Mr. Machiavelli. Okay, Mr. Chris George, what's your submission to
Okay,
Nigerians?
tell Nigeria because see, uh, best thing for us to do to put things together and figure out what problem is coming, and to put the national dialogue and amend our constitution because that constitution is the issue we have in Nigeria. I keep on saying that. Sometimes people ask me where the constitution is. I said before you made a constitution, every individual, every tribe, and every ethnicity must emphasize and debate on that constitution. It can use majority cannot make constitution and pose it in a minority. That is improper. That is improper. You understand? The issue we have in Nigeria today, everyday killing, murderers, threatening from different sides, is because of the constitution we are having. And two, I want to tell you people a little story. Here in Ecuador, there are sometimes secession rise up because Ecuador have different time. Imagine a nation have different time for different areas. And they know the government in power does not gauge them with force. They gauge them with ideology.
Mr. Chris George, I'm sorry. I'm sorry I have to put you on mute. Your network is really, really bad. Mr. Collins, please go ahead with your submission to Nigerians.
Seriously, I really enjoyed today newspaper review. A lot of people speak so many things, we learn so many, every day we keep learning. Like the young man, the man from Ghana, he speak very well, and that is what Nigeria need. For me, when Mr. Mike keep talking about people using different language or different tones, when it comes to Nigeria, that is the tool Nigeria required because we've been talking with a very peaceful voice for more than 60 years now. So we are really gotten us. We still where we are for the same voice we've been using. So sometimes you guys use that voice for Nigeria. And not only in Nigeria that people use that voice. If you go to America, people used to cast Trump, people used to cast Boris Johnson, but they still do their things because they know what they're going to do. So you don't judge people because they are using people. That is what you are a leader for. People have to criticize you. That is how what makes you a leader. How you be able to handle that criticism. So if they don't criticize you, how can you be able to do what they're supposed to do? So for me, when we're talking about this kind of situation, I think until people like Mr. Mike will come out of and know that Nigeria is not working, and it's time for everybody to start coming out from in this kind of being pity. Let's take it slowly. Let's take it slowly. We've been taking Nigeria slowly for 60 something years, and we see where we are. So can't we try another thing? Let's try it in a different way, and that different way is
We've
what we
never
are
taken
coming.
Nigeria slowly. Sorry.
We are taking Nigeria
We've
slowly
always that
because
bad attitude. Nigeria's always been the same way. Sorry.
yeah, that's so all Nigeria need is you have to wake them up, and that is the direction we are going now. Everybody have because it's spending everybody now, and that is why people started hearing it, and people have been talking about it from day one, but nobody wants to agree because it's coming out from the people that they don't want to hear it for. So once it's coming out from somebody from one region, and that person from that region is saying the truth, nobody agrees. But if it's coming from another people, they can be able to listen about it. So all I just
God
ask is that
bless you. God bless
let
you.
us come out, let us come together and be able to support, make sure that at the end of the day, if you want Nigeria to be restored, we all have to put our hands in together and make Nigeria to be restored. But if we are waiting that we should that take everybody relax, we're not going anywhere. Thank you.
All right, thank you for that, Mr. Collins. Guys, this is an appeal to you guys to please like the broadcast, and also very important, guys, your support is very, very much needed to run this platform. Running our broadcast here in Nigeria, everything costs us from data to power, everything costs us. We are we are living in a time right now in Nigeria where your light bill is as much as your house rent. No jokes. You can confirm from people staying in Nigeria. So it's much more expensive. And with what is happening with the petroleum in Nigeria, I mean, everything. So please, you guys, if you like what we do here, if you intend for us to continue, if you wish to encourage us, You just have to support us, guys. Whatever, with however amount. Nothing is too little. Yes, nothing is too little. That's what I'm trying to say. But you really do have to support us. We need to work. We need to work together. Um, Mr. Kennedy.
Uh, Thank you very much. I've been waiting patiently. First of all, let me thank our brother from the Nigerian Ghanaian, Mr. Maswell, for all you have said. Actually, my take is that you have just come to lecture us. Though we know most of these things, but I thank you very much for being able to spew out all you have been able to say, because you were in the eye of the storm. You were there. Most of us were not there. You were there. You were in both countries, and you saw what is happening. Thank you very much, and I will appreciate in subsequent times you always come here and now tell us something that is actually happening. Thank you, my brother. For the people that fed the agitators are using foul languages. Yes, when you are pushed to the wall, you can use any language. As a president, you are supposed to be able to absorb whatever languages are being used. The president has been called names. He can come out and debunk all the names he has been called. He's not coming out. He's not speaking. And this problem, most of this problem is coming from a particular region, and that particular region is headed by him. He has even been their leader, whether Mieti or whatever, he has been their leader. That is why we are expecting much from him. To whom much is given, much is expected. Like somebody has said, he who pays the piper dictates the tone. So he is supposed to dictate everything that is happening. So the foul languages that have been used. In fact, when we were growing up, when we mess up, our parents used to call us goats, sheep, animals, and all that. It doesn't actually mean we are animals. If you call president name, doesn't mean, if you call Nigeria zoo, doesn't actually mean Nigeria is a zoo. It's just a kind of somebody, pouring out his anger and frustration. Imagine, actually, if you look at the situation in Nigeria, people that have been so subjugated, people that have been so relegated, there has to be equity and justice. If the service chiefs of Nigeria, the whole service chief, there's nobody from the east, people are supposed to agitate, people are supposed to shout, people are supposed to feel apprehensive. So, but my advice to all Nigerians is let us sue for peace. Let us have peace. Now, like the last speaker said, somebody from different region is talking about it. That is why it's pulling crowd. I think, yeah, that is very important. Now we are all in one boat. Let us captain the boat together. Let all of us move the boat, and we are getting to our destination. Even people from the north now, they have woken up, and you can even see artisans in the streets of the north, clamoring for Peter Obi to come and become president, or to come and save us. We are all expecting that. We that is in diaspora, we are not losing much here.
Mr. Kennedy. We seem to have lost you right there, Mr. Kennedy.
Am I still on?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. So that is what I have to say. Let us sue for peace. People that are agitating, we have to pacify them. Like my brother, this Maswell has just said, we pacify people that are agitating. We call them to a round table. Let us know what the agitations are. It's not even only the IPOP people that are agitating. People from the Midwest are agitating too. There might not be violence there, but they are agitating. The Midwest region is agitating. The West is agitated. The Yoruba, but they are agitating. The middle belt too, they're agitating. So why not call these people to a round table and let's do the needful. Thank you very much. Somebody is calling me and disturbing me, so I'm sorry. Let me stop here. Thank
All
you.
right. All right, Mr. Kennedy. I'll move on to Mr. Mike.
Uh, well, to me, I just think, I mean, if people want something, they need to get the priorities straight, sit down, put on their thinking hat, and strategize how to get it, and use honesty. You know, instead of using corner, using lies and propaganda, all those kind of strategies, it just doesn't work. because no one is stupid to be falling for propaganda in 2022. If you want secession, it's a simple conversation. Get your Rally your leaders in your respective region or tribe, wherever you come from. Get on the same page and get your senators and go to the Senate floor and present your case. Present your case, and then if it's rejected, and then at least we can know that the tribes or the region is united on that ideology, and the entire region is all agitating on the same with the same voice. You have a stronger chance of achieving a succession. But what we have going on with these respective regions that are agitating for secession, even their leaders in that region are against them. Even a lot of the people in that region are against it. So why are we wasting our time doing secession and using the name of secession to even be promoting tribalism and hatred between ourselves against between ourselves and other tribes and all these things? And that will never put us in a position to begin a nation building. And without everybody mind focus on nation building, nation can never be built. The nation will not build itself. The people have to build it. The fundamental reason why Nigeria is in so much mess is because the Nigerian people themselves are not committed to nation building. We are not building a country. We don't believe in a country. We're just living. Everybody's just for himself. So without that commitment of nation building, nothing will work. Other countries that we claim that are working like Ghana is because the people are committed to nation building. That's all it is. So Nigeria is just our attitude that needs to change. The way we do things is what needs to change. The white man said it. If you want to change your position, just change the way you think. Nigeria has no business being in the mess that it's in because we have everything. We have the human resources. We have all we need. But the only thing we are lacking is just the will to.
It's the willpower. I agree with you, Mr. Mike. I
That's
agree
what it
with you.
is.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes, I agree with you. Thank you for that submission. Thank you. Mr. Vine Maxwell, please give your submission to Nigerians. So this is the part of the show. I know you've been on here before, right? But this is the part
Yeah.
of the show where you talk to Nigerians. You something helpful, something that we could use to, as we say, to old body.
Okay. All right, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you so much. And thank you to all my, co-panelists in this platform. Nigerians, you know what you want. You know what you want. I will tell you today, most of our people, if you care to listen, because whatever that happens to Nigeria, I will be affected as well. You see, the day you pick up the mantle of leadership in a democratic way, in a civilian form, you are exposed to insults. They can even throw wastewater on you. What is the principle of a leader? The characteristics of a leader? A leader that can take everything and still pretend as if nothing is happening and still go on with that thing that is going to, make his or her people feel relaxed. But a leader, and that goes a long way to tell you how you elect your leaders in Nigeria. Are you the ones that elected your leaders in Nigeria? If you are the one that elected your leaders in Nigeria, just like we do here in Ghana, if I'm going to vote for my parliamentary candidate, I walk into the polling station to cast my vote as if I'm going to my farm. I don't even need to remain there where the votes are counted. I don't need to stay there because everything is built on trust. I'm not telling you that is the most perfect, system. Oh, no. But when you put up structures, it's difficult to be, how do I put it? To be cheated. If you put up strong structures, it is hard for someone, to tamper with that good structure. Even if you are not there, the structure keeps working for the people. Before you think of a good Nigeria that is very, very conducive, attractive, accommodative, you must look at your foundation, number one. If your foundation is not good, there is nothing you do that will, that will be well with Nigeria. One thing that you people should target on is that constitution. I am very happy. I'm very happy with what is going on now. But before you allow people to come in to work, you have to give them tools to work. What is the tool for a nation to work? Is the constitution that you have. If you don't have good constitution, my sister, my co-panelists, we will come back next year, God forbid, and begin to talk the same thing we are talking today, because the foundation, you cannot build on nothing. You cannot go to your, senators and representatives and begin to table to them what they will go and deliver to the national level, whereas the foundation that is going to receive all these things that you have built up from the states to that place is not strong enough. You cannot do that. It will never work. It cannot work. If you have good structures, especially your constitution, that will give you the liberty and punish you when you do wrong, then you will build a nation of your dream. Just like it is obtainable where all of us are today. In the US, in the Europe, everywhere, even in some of the Arabian countries. Why can't it happen in Nigeria? Is it a curse that Nigeria cannot come out and pull out a constitution that will that they will operate with? Why must we engage in a constitution that said we Nigeria, whereas it's the boys, the men in khaki that gave it to you, which I was a member? I don't subscribe to it. And that was why I left early when I left. If I should have been there, I should have been a staff officer right now with my level and the way I was going in that system that time. I should be a staff officer. And most of you know what a staff officer is. It is from the rank of a colonel upward. You see? So these are some of the things. You know what you want. I will not come to your house and decide for you what you should do and what you shouldn't do. Get your people and begin to canvass on a reverse or removal, abrogate that constitution. That 1999 constitution is not Nigerian constitution. It is a military decree handed over to Obasanjo by a group of uniformed men in the army headed by Abu Salam. And it will not give you a Nigeria of your dream. Thank you, and God bless you all.
Thank you for that, Mr. Maxwell. Thank you. God bless you too. Madam Essie, what do you have to say to Nigerians?
Thank you very much for another opportunity. My take home for Nigerians and as a Nigerian is this. Most of our leaders that we have, some of us, we did not elect them. They were chosen. So much nepotism is still on in Nigeria. Nigerians should step up and shun nepotism. It is very bad. Because when you have your brother there, you have your sister there, then it's difficult for you sometimes to stand up. We only have few people like me who will stand up because I really don't care whether it's my mother or my father. What is wrong is wrong. Stand for the truth. I don't care whether you're from the north, the east, the west, the south. I don't care whether you're Christian, Muslim, or a pagan. I don't care. But as long as you're standing for the truth, I'm with you. But if you're not, then you will get the other side of me. That is what I stand for. And I cannot blame any Nigerian for agitating, for being frustrated, for showing their frustration in any way or using languages. As leaders, if they are there, to serve, then they should be up to the task to receive whatever is thrown at them. Because people will talk when you are not doing right. If you're doing right, everywhere will be peaceful. People will be happy with you. Even when you do wrong, people will be there to stand for you. You know? So that is one thing I want to give Nigerians to take home to. And we should learn to stand for the truth that we know. We should be open-minded. We should be open-minded to receive the new. Somebody like Peter Obi coming in, I never knew him from Adam. I never even knew he was Anambra State governor until now. But I started listening to his ideology, his passion, his commitment to serve, and it's not a do or die affair for him. So when I see people like that, I will stand for them, just like we stood for Yaradua. You know, there are people from the north that we stood for in the past. But when you see people that are coming in now that really don't have any business to be in that place, they cannot stomach anything. All they want to do is drive us as if we are goats, we are sheep. We come out to talk, they shut you down. I will not swallow hook, line, and sinker anything that is wrong. So please, let's be open-minded. Let's put ourselves in people's shoes when things are happening. Put yourself in Nigerians, the poor man that cannot wake up in the morning and have food ready on his table. You know, think of them. Where are they coming from? Before we talk. May God bless us all. God bless you all. God bless Nigeria. Thank you.
Thank you, Miss Essie, for that. And I say amen to your prayers for the people. People, you see, I'd beckon on you to watch this broadcast again. I'd beckon on you to share this broadcast. We need to share this knowledge. We need to share. We need to share this. We need to invite people to see this, to hear this, and we need to act upon this. Yes, information is power, but it is what you do with that information. That is, therein lies the true power. Let's rise up to responsibility. Nigeria to me is all I have. Nigeria is home, and I believe this is same for as many out there. If truly Nigeria is home, then let's 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 put in let's put in some action. Yes, it's high time we begin to hold our leaders accountable. We need to start asking questions. They are there for us. Anyone that is acting as a god is the person is getting it all wrong, and the person needs to leave. Let's get our PVC. Let's vote right. Every election is important. Every election is important. This just sums it all. So whatever election that is going on, let us get involved. Let's get really, really involved. Please. Okay, that being said, thank you to everyone. Thank you to everyone that
So let me
participated.
just quickly put one thing before you leave. It's a very wonderful day today. I feel for Nigerians. I don't know where to start from. I think Mr. Vine actually spoke my mind, because when I first started on this platform, I told him, if you remember, most of you has been following us. I said the foundation is wrong. And he's just told you that. I don't know Mr. Vine before. I have always been touching on the foundation is wrong until we deal with that foundation. And this is why I tell you, to deal with the foundation, everybody must sit down. And that is why I ask him the question, do you think we need a national dialogue right now on how did we get it wrong? So that we tell ourselves, we got it wrong like this. Can we put it this way? Let the people speak. We cannot resolve anything with violence. It will never happen. And that is why Obama said, in a democratic system, there's room for dialogue. And that is what we need right now as Nigerians. I feel for my own brothers and sisters who are still there, not understanding what is happening. I have always said, When we sit down, the more we are together, the happier we shall be. If we don't sit down together, we cannot iron things out. But they still continue to use us because they believe that we don't understand what is going on, because you are fight. Division is what they use in getting their own power. But they should remember, a river does not flow through the forest without bringing down trees. We already know what is happening. But I have to tell Nigerians today, you are the owner of the land. And what do you tell them? Because for them, they think they are the leopard. Because it said, a leopard who jumps around in the forest, proclaiming itself as the king of the jungle. But it should remember, on the day of the coronation, the lion will be there. You are the lion. You should change the status quo by engaging to all well-meaning Nigerians, regardless of your class, tribe, or any belief, that Nigeria belongs to you as the citizen, and thereby power belongs to the people. Thank you very much, Nigerians. I pray that God unite us all, and may God bless our fellow Nigerians, and may God bless Nigeria as a whole. Thank you.
Let me say one quick thing about the foundation real quick before I get off. You see, the foundation of a country is actually the first decade of that country. Now, the first decade of Nigeria, which was in the 60s, we all know something of things that went wrong in that foundation was that first military coup where the northern leaders, their leaders were all assassinated. And also, within that same decade, we had a civil war where the Easterners suffered a genocide. And the bitterness of that coup is still in the hearts of many Northerners, and also the bitterness of that civil war is still in the hearts of the Easterners. Now, to address that bitterness in the hearts of these two groups, Nigeria, I'm sorry, we're not moving anywhere. That to me, that's the real foundation has messed up. That's why that national dialogue that brother mentioned, I think is very important. Until they visit that 1960 events and actually talk about it, which unfortunately Nigerian leaders believe it's a forbidden thing, it's an abomination to speak about. They sweep it under the carpet and they think people will just move on from it. That bitterness is still exists in the hearts of people. And until that is addressed, forget it. We'll continue to play all these games with ourselves and continue to be divided. And that's what I have to say.
All right, Mr. Mike and Mr. Machiavelli, thank you for that. Now, all that being said, I'll be right here waiting for you tomorrow, 10 a.m. Nigerian time. May God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Please stay safe out there. Bye bye.